to be encouraged to do so by the defendant's attorney smacks of witness tampering.
Welcome to the Rebel Chaser channel. My name is Gail, and I have another clip from Judge Tammi Long-Hayward at Georgia's Clayton County State Court. She has a defense attorney for a domestic violence defendant, and he is trying to get the case dropped. And apparently, he's contacting the victim to try to get the case dropped. And Judge Hayward handles him magnificently. And you'll see he tries real quick to change the subject when she talks about witness tampering. He real quick gets her off that subject and onto something else. But let me know what you guys think.
Aaron Devin Sr., Mr. Sailors.
Good morning, Judge Hayward. Andre Sailors for Devin Sr. We filed a motion to dismiss from one of prosecution. If the state has an objection, then we are ready.
State does have an objection. We are ready.
Okay, not sure. What did they fail to prosecute?
Well, Judge, this is a case where my client is charged with criminal trespass. He's basically charged with throwing his girlfriend's clothes outside the home. This happened way back in June 9th of 2021, so it's been over 2 years. She signed a waiver of prosecution on June 23rd, shortly after the incident in 2021, basically saying that she wants to drop all charges. She is on the Zoom today. That was Khadijah, is the victim. And basically they have a child together. And it's been over 2 years. There's been absolutely no incidents. So we filed a motion to dismiss this case, hoping that the court would dismiss this case because both parties would like to get this behind them.
Well, I'm not sure where they do that at, but this court does not dismiss because that's not within my purview. I did that once and got appealed, and that's the only appeal that I've lost after 11 years on the bench. So, but I meant to do it. I knew I would lose it, but it was something about jaywalking. But this, I don't dismiss DV cases. That's up to the state. If they want to prosecute, we go forward. If they don't want to prosecute, that's up to them, but they make those decisions, not me.
That would be a no.
Judge, there was no violence at all, so we don't consider this a DV case.
I don't care. There's all kinds of forms of intimidation, abuse, all of those things that go into domestic violence. Throwing somebody's clothes out and depriving them of the ability to have clothing can also be a form of violence. So, instead of me giving a DV class today, I'm gonna just hear from what the state wants to say, because a motion to dismiss for want of prosecution is that's denied all day, every day.
Additionally, the state believes that possibly there has been some violations of the bond conditions, as there is to be no contact directly or indirectly with Miss and I don't know where we didn't ask her to fill out this waiver of prosecution.
I asked her to fill it out, Judge. That was from me, from her lawyer.
Sounds incorrect to me.
Mr. Sailors, you're not her lawyer.
His lawyer, I apologize.
I get that, but he can't communicate with her even through a third party. That's in the bond conditions. So if she of her own volition had decided that she wanted to waive prosecution, then she could have made her way to the prosecutor's office and done that. But to be encouraged to do so by the defendant's attorney smacks of witness tampering.
So she was not encouraged. She was asked, and I don't believe the lawyer is considered a third party in a case like this.
You got case law on that?
Judge, based on the court's ruling, we'll accept the court's ruling at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Salas. I'm really, really mindful of the dynamics in domestic relations. I did 4 years in magistrate court, and I've seen more TPOs than you can shake a stick at. I did 38 of them in one day. So I'm well aware of all of the ways that people can influence and encourage and shift people into getting rid of a case, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the case does not have merit. So I'm mindful of that. And just because a case is old, a lot of times people will come wanting to dismiss something because of the situation they're in or because feelings have changed. But it's just like I say, for somebody who says, well, Judge, I got insurance now, but did you have insurance on the date that you were pulled over by the police? So if on the date of this incident, there was an incident of violence or intimidation or even anything that makes the elements of criminal trespass, then the fact that time has passed does not mean that a crime did not occur. All right. So Mr. Senior, I believe, Devin Aaron Senior. So Mr. Senior, you are still under bond conditions, sir, unless those bond conditions have been modified to make this a no violent or harassing situation, then you're to have no contact with Miss Kama. I don't care if y'all do have children together. The only contact that would be permitted is through the Superior Court. If the Superior Court were to make an order involving custody or visitation, then that would trump my order. But you're not to have any contact, and I'm not crazy enough to think that you've had no contact. Shoot, y'all might have been cooking up another baby. That's happened before too. But what I suggest to you, sir, is that you go back and read your the content of your bond conditions. And if you don't currently have a copy of it, please proceed to the first floor before you leave this building and request a copy of the bond conditions in your case. And then you'll be mindful of what it says that you can and cannot do, because let me remind you, if you violate the bond conditions, your bond could be revoked. You could spend the rest of the time in jail until such time as your case is resolved. You could also be charged with additional misdemeanors, punishable by up to 12 months in jail, a $5,000 fine, or both, or felonies, punishable by up to 10 years in prison or more. Are we clear, Mr. Senior?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So time, as in most things, does not heal all wounds in court.
Judge, we would like this case moved to a trial calendar if possible.
Oh, I would definitely want to move this case to a trial calendar. Ms. Val, it's a 2023 case. It's going to be a minute, but put it on the next trial calendar that's available. All right. Anything else at this time?
Nothing from the defense, Judge. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Kama, the state will direct you as to what they need you to do. But as far as I'm concerned, you're free to go at this time.
So what did you guys think of that? I'm really anxious to hear if any attorneys want to weigh in. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about the defense attorney's actions. Were they appropriate? Were they not? I'm not an attorney. I'd really like to hear what you guys have to say. And why did he try to slip in that he was her attorney? I know he quickly walked that back when he was called on it, but why did he try to do that? I'm kind of interested in that one too. Thank you guys all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.